Hey guys, this is Rise, and I'm here with Frank. Again, that's right, you've heard him before in our hour-long game that actually had to be split into two parts on Violent Attack because it was so long. An epic match between Charles Renge and The Rock. It was a lot of fun to cast, and now it's his turn to join me on Commentary of the Week. And this is Commentary of the Week number 14. We're 14 Commentary of the Weeks in, and certainly we have a lot to go. We have another 2 lined up already, so no plans to end doing this anytime soon. And, you guys love him. You've seen him before. You've heard him before. Frank is with me. Frank, we got NC Yellow and Stork playing in this Commentary of the Week. What do you think about these two guys? You think this is a equal matchup by any means of the word, or are we in for a face stomping?
Well, to be completely honest with you, I mean, we all know about NC Yellow, King of Silver. We all know about Stork, the more recent King of Silver, but he kind of got over that a little bit better than Yellow did. But on this map, Outsider, I haven't seen a lot of PVZs. I've seen a lot of Terran domination, so in that regard, I might have to give the advantage to our Protoss player Stork, just because usually if Terran has the advantage and there's no Terran player on the map, I give it to Protoss as the next step down. But I'm not sure. I would have to give it to Stork just because, I mean, he's Stork. What else can you say about him? I mean, his record just goes to show how dominating he's been. And NC Yellow, I mean, he used to be hardcore, and he used to be the badass Zerg to look out for. But as of late, I can't really say that he's been doing too much, especially having been on the Air Force team. I don't know. I think when it's all said and done, it just comes down to their records as of late. I mean, NC Yellow, just too old school of a player for me at this point.
Well, I guess I have to agree with you for the most part. I would think that NC Yellow certainly has a lot of work cut out for him in order to beat a player like Stork. But at the same time, Stork sometimes can slump. He can play bad. And these old players, they have a lot of experience, really they do. And so a lot of times they'll just pull something out from nowhere, and it'll be like, wow, where the hell did that come from? And I mean, Stork, his PVZ is about 55% win rate, which is pretty good. Yellow's lifetime is versus Protoss is actually almost 60%. So I mean, really, if he can pull on some of that old I guess experience that he has from a past lifetime, he could do pretty well here. And then there's also the map statistics, which in PVZ it's actually pretty even. So I mean, I guess that won't play too much of a factor here. But one of the things about this map is it can be difficult to do some sort of forage fast expand because the natural expansion is very exposed. So maybe a Yellow could pull something off. I'm not going to count him out though, because I've seen a lot of play. I've seen Stork be beaten by pretty bad players, and Yellow, he's really not that bad. Even now, I'd say he's not that bad. He's most definitely more out of practice than these kids who aren't on the Air Force, of course. But so I mean, I'm going to say he's got a chance anyway. And anyway, we got Stork starting off at the 1 o'clock position here, Protoss player, of course. NC Yellow, on the other hand, is at the 6 o'clock position, and he is scouting in the right direction right away, which is certainly a good thing. And man, the thing I hate about the Air Force is how they make them all cut their hair the same way. It's like they lose all of their personality in that hair change. It's ridiculous. Bisu would probably kill himself if he had to join the Air Force. And I think he does have to join the Air Force one day. And when he does, he'll probably kill himself.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you there. That's actually the one thing I've been looking forward to about the Air Force team is when Bisu gets on that team, because it's going to be hilarious. But anyways, back to this game here. We have Stork scouting in the right direction also. A 12 hatch has gone down here, and there's NC Yellow. It looks like he's sending out a drone. I'm not sure what that's for. He might be looking to set up another expansion, although I doubt it. He's probably going to go for a scout here, and like you were saying, it is a little bit difficult to forge fast expand on this map, so Stork has gone for a 2-gate opening. Pretty strong opening on this map. Like I said, I think on this map, those Mutalisks are a very strong option, and there's the spawning pool going down. But I think Mutalisks are a very strong option just because your third base is extremely hard to hold after, you have to trick the probe through the mineral line if you want the gas, and if you don't want the gas, it's still pretty far away from your main base. So, We're going to have to see when Stork decides to expand here. Not sure what that drone's doing there, but yeah, we're going to have to see when Stork decides to expand. It's really a matter of, whoa, okay, never mind. He's not looking to expand right away. He's putting down a proxy pylon. I'm definitely sure that Yellow sees that, so I'm not sure what Stork's going to look to do here. This is an interesting play. I mean, the spawning pool is about to come up. If that pylon goes up, he's not going to be able to put anything down. He doesn't even have a forge up yet, so I'm not sure what he's going to do. And 2 creep colonies going down here, so he's looking to, NC Yellow's looking to set up a stack defense and a shield battery. Interesting choice, but with these 3 sunken colonies, now two sunken colonies going down, canceling that one, throwing it back in the back there. A really good play, good micro. The Zerglings are now out, however. It does not look like Stork's going to be able to hold here. He cancels the shield battery, and with 3 probes off the line and going for that fast rush, it looks like Stork is actually a little bit behind at this point. Yeah, this just is not going to work out.
I gotta agree with you, man. I thought that for a second he was going to be pretty productive with that little attack, but it did not work out in his favor at all. And NC Yellow just did a great job of defending that. He saw that coming a mile away because the pylon was in his face, and all he had to do was throw down a couple of sunkens. At first, I thought he was going to put down a couple of cannons, but instead he puts the shield battery down, which is an interesting option, but only if it works. If it doesn't work, who cares? It doesn't mean anything. And NC Yellow did a great job with canceling sunkens as they were morphing. So he made them back into drones, and then he had the drones mining, and then he had another sunken morphing. So he managed to get 1 sunken up, and I think he made a second one. And now also getting a scouting ling in there. So he's going to see exactly what's going on. He already knew what was going on, I think, because of the Overlord in there. But he's going to be very well prepared for anything that can come from Stork. And now Stork, he needed to do some damage with that 2-gate, and he definitely did nothing. He only forced NC Yellow to make some lings. And now that he's made some lings, all that means that he's going to be able to do is put more pressure on Stork and keep Stork back by his base. Stork now trying to expand himself, putting a Nexus up, but really, if it's kind of late already. I mean, I guess he could do some more damage. And look at that. Sneaking a probe through the mineral line. Very clever with the pylon trick. He's going to go for a backdoor scout, basically. But the lings are going to be there to intercept that probe long before it can find anything out. So Stork not going to find out too much, except, oh, he is going to see the lair. Okay, so he is going to see what's going on there. But I don't know if he's going to see what tech is going on after that lair. Stork really needs to make sure that he defends that expansion, of course. And if he doesn't get that up, he will be in a lot of trouble. So we'll have to see if NC Yellow decides to go for an all-in ling build, which is possible, not probable, but possible, or maybe he will go Muta. I agree. I think Muta is a strong build on this map, and I can only imagine that is what he's going to be going.
Yeah, I think at this point what NC Yellow should probably look into doing is tricking that probe into seeing some tech and going for something different. And actually, that could very well be what he's doing right here. As soon as that probe gets down that ramp, I think he'll only be able to see the spire and not the Hydralisk Den. So we could be looking to see a 2-hatch Hydra build. I did see the spire starting to go up there, and now the Stargate is going down for Stork, doing a really good job. Actually, I want to commend Stork on throwing up that Nexus before even his gas went up, because he knew how behind in economics he was. And yeah, there's Stork. He's going to go above that ridge, and I'm pretty sure he saw that spire. So Stork's going to be expecting Mutalisks. So I'm hoping, anyways, that NC Yellow is tricking that probe into. He wanted that probe to see that spire. I'm hoping for his sake, anyways. And yeah, there he is. There's Yellow taking just the mineral-only side of that expansion. A little bit tricksy on this map. I mean, I wish as a Zerg player, I wish there was a gas on that side of things, and a couple more cannons going up, but I wish there was a gas on that side of things for a Zerg player's sake. And that Ling has been alive this entire time. He sees exactly what's going on. All Stork needs to do is take that Dragoon from his natural and send it after that Ling, and that Ling will die. But he is choosing just not to do that. However, at this point, I don't see a lot of drones mining for Yellow. I mean, I see one-on-one, like a 1-to-1 ratio on these mineral patches, which for a Zerg player isn't that spectacular. And I think having had that advantage of fending off that rush, I think he needs to set up a couple more hatcheries. And Stork playing extremely defensive here. I think he expects a rush to come in because he didn't see that third base in the position that it should have been in. But it did go up in the meantime. But Mutalisks are popping now, so we're going to have to see if NC Yellow still has that Muta micro from back in the day.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised. I thought you were going to be right. I thought he was actually just trying to trick Stork, but Stork's going to be very well prepared for this. He's got a cannon, he's got a couple of Corsairs, and he's actually building a second Stargate. So Stork is going to force the issue, and he's going to gain air superiority in the very near future. But NC Yellow has gone in and started attacking some probes. He's also got some Scourge to try to go in, and there are Corsairs coming, but the Scourge there are going to definitely just scare him off. 3 Corsairs out, and the thing about Corsairs is they build very quickly. So really, if NC Yellow doesn't do too much damage with this, he's going to have to switch his tech very shortly. He's got 4 hatcheries now at this point, so that Hydralisk Den is going to be useful, but it looks like it was actually a little pointless to build it when he did, considering he decided to go Mutalisk anyway. So Stork, I'd say he's actually starting to get into a much better position here. He's got plenty of cannons to defend, plenty of Corsairs to defend this, and NC Yellow is going to find out very shortly that he's not going to be able to play with these Muta for long, but it doesn't look like he's building any more. So it looks like he's just going to macro up some more. I guess maybe he wanted to just force Stork to go that build, to go that route, making more Corsairs, spend the money to defend against those Muta. And with those Scourges in the background, he could do a lot of damage here if he's able to land some of those Scourges on now what looks to be 4 Corsairs and a couple of Goons as well, and a 5th hatchery going up at the double gas. So really, NC Yellow in a pretty good position here. He's being very aggressive with his macro, which, you know, that's the name of the game these days. Back in his day, it wasn't so much of crazy macro style. You know, it was much more 1-2 base builds, but now everything relies on macro, and it looks like he's been practicing that as he's got his 4th base going up, or at least a 4th mining hatchery with that double gas, which is going to be beautiful for his build. And Stork also looking to prepare his 3rd base himself, which will put him in a great position. So we're still waiting for some developments to occur here. I mean, a couple of probes going down, but other than that, not too much action quite yet, and very shortly I think these players are going to just bust out of their bases and start doing some damage.
Yeah, absolutely. And I want to point out, though, that I think you pointed this out already, but Yellow has only gone for 6 Mutalisks, so it's kind of like a fake, I have to say. I mean, he saw the 2 Stargates going up, so he knew he was going to be behind, but he's got a ton of Scourges, and I think what Stork is going to look to do is go for some kind of Corsair Reaver build, which, looking at this map set, is definitely a strong build. And against these 6 Mutalisks, and Scourge coming in here, going to snipe off a whole bunch of Corsairs. No. Wow, only getting, I think, 1 or 2 there, possibly, but yeah, and he's going to have all his Mutalisks picked off here. So, yeah, that's definitely going to set Yellow on the back foot. I don't think he cared so much about the Mutalisks. I think what he wanted was just to take down some Corsairs, and now he's switching to that Hydralisk build. But with that many Corsairs out in the air, I think switching to Corsair Reaver is going to be extremely easy at this point. And on this map set, like I was saying before, with that mineral wall disallowing the Zerg player to get some solid defense up, yeah, there's the Reavers now, so it's going to be difficult with that mineral wall for the Zerg player to get some defenses over to the side there to fend off the Reaver harass. So I think Stork is actually, even being this far behind with the economics, having the Zerg player on 4 gas right now and him only on 2 bases, I think he's actually going to not be in that bad of a position, just given the way this map is designed. He's just going to have such an easy time. But whoa, a big push coming in the front here with 2 Reavers there. He's going to get pushed off, though, losing about 4 Hydralisks and a couple of Zerglings there, and not losing any units for Stork. So Stork has got a pretty solid front door here. He's been building his defenses, I think, a bit preemptively, but I think at the same time that, I mean, just looking at the way that attack melted, I think he's definitely doing the right thing here. And with 2 robotics facility, we can be guaranteed that the Corsair Reaver build is definitely what he's going to go for here. So we're going to see what he's going to be able to accomplish here. He's going down the right side. I think he's scanning out for bases. He probably expected the 2 gas on the right side there to be taken, but that is not the case, and now he's setting up a nexus for that mineral only. So we're going to have to see if what he can accomplish with this Reaver build, and to be honest, I think it's going to be a lot.
I gotta agree with you, man. The Reavers are building, and the Scarabs will be flowing in the very near future and taking out a ton of height. Wow, that girl has a unibrow. That was gross. I mean, he's gonna be building so many Reavers here. It's gonna be very difficult for anything to happen. The question is, will he go for D-Web? I mean, I have seen Stork do this before. He has gone D-Web in the past, and it's a very effective build. He's got so many Corsair. I gotta imagine that he is gonna go. There it is, right there, folks, the Fleet Beacon. So we are gonna see D-Web coming out, man. he had way too many Corsair not to be going in. I gotta say, I love watching D-Web. It's very effective against Mass Hydra. I mean, if you could pull it off, you need some crazy APM to pull off Corsair Reaver well to begin with. You need even more to pull off. One Corsair go now. You need even more APM though to pull off Corsair Reaver with D-Web. So that's pretty crazy. And again, Stork is a player who can pull it off though. And now he's kind of nice little 4 Zealot drop to go on the undefended base of the gas mining. But Burrow, brilliant play actually. So that was very well played. But unfortunately for him, he's got no way to defend that base at all. He's got no units that can even get over there right now because of the fact that he's got no Muta, and the Muta were all taken out. So unless he's developed drop in the recent past or the very near future, he's going to be in trouble. And Corsair's going to find some Overlords that were trying to drop some Hydras, and they're over some bad terrain for what they're looking to do, and it looks like they're going to go down. Hydra's dropping in the middle of nowhere. Now they're kind of stranded away from the rest of the base and not going to be able to do much damage. More Zealots moving in to do some more damage to another expansion. So Stork doing a great job dropping 4 Reavers. This is going to be cleaned up very quickly. There we see the Scarabs flow, and I mean, he's going to be able to take this base out with only a few hits, really. And he's actually not even going to dedicate the Reavers there to do it. He's going to save those Scarabs for another base, and I think that's a great idea. I'm waiting to see the D-Web come down now, though, and I think we're going to see it in the next few seconds here.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you here, but he's looking to kill some of these drones. And wow, I did not know that the Scarabs could get around that mineral wall. That is definitely something that I'm going to have to take into account when I play this map next. But yeah, what I wanted to see there, to be honest with you, with those Hydras was Burrow. He could have very well taken out both of those shuttles and either killed the Reavers inside of them or stranded the Reavers there. I actually don't know what happened to the shuttles. He very well may have taken them out either way, but I think Burrow would have been very effective there. And holy cow, that is 9 Reavers total, 5 at the front door and 4 slapping Yellow around in the back of his mineral only there. So yeah, this is back down to what is this? 3 base for Stork and just the main and the natural for NC Yellow. So Yellow's going to have to do a lot with these Hydralisks, but unfortunately, unless he gets off a huge drop, he's not going to be able to do anything. And now we have an attack coming in on the main. There's a ton of drones mining there, and some huge Reaver shots going off, and nothing is going to be able to get close to this. And yeah, I do expect to see some D-Web going down here. You might as well just throw it down now, just to let him know, you don't even need to dedicate your forces here, and at least save him the forces that he would waste. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, and but a huge drop coming in here. Hopefully he does the right thing and drops behind the mineral lines, but no, he's going right in, loses an Overlord right off the bat, going to lose a second one. Oh no, this is not going to be very effective. There's just way too many cannons there. Although he might take them, I think even if he gets these down, I think Stork's going to be able to reinforce before the Nexus goes down. And even if, like I was saying, even if it does go down, it's going to be, now it's 1 base with no tech versus 3 base with all his tech. So I think this is looking pretty desperate for NC Yellow. Unfortunately, the player, the baller that is Yellow, is about to go down here, I feel.
I gotta agree with you, man. I don't think there's any way he can come back against 9 or 10 Reavers. I don't even know if Stork can make any more Reavers with the 4 side counts that they require. It's unlikely that he's even going to be able to afford them anymore. In terms of, I think he's maxed out. I think he's got to be maxed out. I mean, that's what, 36 side right there, and then another whatever. And those Hydras still picking away at that Nexus, doing a pretty good job, but not going to be able to take it down. Getting pretty close, but 5 Reavers there to clean up all the Hydras that basically Yellow can produce at this point. And I mean, I don't think it matters how many Hydras he can produce at this point. There's just no way he's going to be able to take down all those Reavers. The only way he could do it, I think, is if he had mass Queens to spawn Brutaling. I don't know if you could actually spawn Brutaling on Reavers. Actually, I don't remember ever trying. Now that I think about it, but
I don't think you can.
Other than that, I don't think there are any valid strategies that he can do at this point. He's lost all of his tech, by the way. He lost that main base. He's down to 3 bases mining, and the one at the main is probably distant mining because he's got to be rebuilding a hatchery there. So Stork just going to continue to pick away at his base until Yellow finally decides that it's time to GG.
Yeah, I think once you start distance mining from your main base, you're probably gonna lose. Just saying, you know, I think that's usually the case. We see a big blob flying across the map there for the orange player Stork. He's probably just gonna pick off the hatcheries on the side that I think we're making, and yeah, there it goes, going down. Or that was just a Hydra, but he's just checking it out anyways. Some Hydras here going to get picked off. Yeah, like you're saying, whoa, but a lot of Scourge coming in here and getting melted. Just too much splash damage on all these units here, and he's definitely maxed out. NC Yellow looking very sweaty, very intense, but I don't think that that's going to do him any good. I think for how hard he's working at this, I feel bad for him, but at the same time, you know, this has been just a destructive match. So maybe this will be one of those maps like Coliseum was, where a whole bunch of Corsair Reaver was coming out, or sorry, Andromeda. I apologize, Andromeda, where a whole bunch of Corsair Reaver was coming out, and it's just going to be ownage for the Protoss player. But let's hope not. Anyways, I'm looking forward to seeing a Jaedong strategy on this map, to be honest with you, to see what he does to counter something like this. I mean, I hope to God I never see this in one of my matches ever, because this is just disgusting.
Yeah, I think it's unlikely that you will, because I don't know how many players can sustain this type of level of play. But really, man, Yellow, you're right. He is sweating bullets. And it looks like new Silver is going to beat old Silver, and Yellow just, he's going to lose this last base here. And I'm actually a little surprised he hasn't GG'd at this point, because there it is, GG coming from Yellow finally. There was just nothing he could do at that point, and man, Stork just running over him. The only way to beat that strategy is really not to let it happen. My God, man, don't let Stork get so many Corsairs and then 8 or 9 Reavers on top of it. Jeez, that's just absurd. So either way, GG, well played by Stork. You guys picked the game. I hope you enjoyed it. Frank, I don't know if you have any last comments or thoughts on this game, but yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, I just wanted to note that I'm just taking a look at in my mind of this match, and I just got to commend Stork for countering every single thing that was coming at him. I mean, that was just some really good countering play, and just really good play in general from both these players. But Stork did a really good job of countering everything he was seeing. So yeah, that's it. GG, guys.
Well, thanks for joining me, Frank. Be sure to check out Frank's YouTube page. I'll put it in the description. And, you know, be sure to subscribe. You guys love him, so go subscribe to him. All right, guys, see you in the next commentary of the week. Don't forget to go vote for the next one. I think we're up to 16 or 17 now, so go do it, and we'll see you guys then. GG.